Alright, welcome to week 4. Sorry this is late getting out. Life happens. But we're getting this done. A few more videos to show than we had last week, so let's just get right into it. So on this, you're going to see the rare offensive face mask. And we'll show why this is offensive face mask. Some things we look for offensive face mask, you want to look for more than just a stiff arm where he happens to touch him or happens to grab his face mask. You want to see some slinging, some grasping, some slinging by the offensive player, and that's what we have here. You see, he initiates it, he grabs the face mask. That in itself is no big deal. Incidental stuff happens, but when they hold on to it and essentially are slinging the defender around by the face mask, that's when we have an offensive face mask, like we have here. Like again, we don't see it very much, but when it does happen, it's just as dangerous as if the defender had the face mask. So again, you saw him, he grabbed it, and he used that face mask to sling the defender around. That qualifies as an offensive face mask. So in this play, we're not really looking at what's happening after the or during the play. We're looking more about what's happening after the play. So we have an interception, pick six. Now off to the races a little bit. Short race, but still a race. We have reverse mechanics. It's very important that everything stays boxed in. We still keep all the players boxed in, even after the play. So we're going to see here the deeps are running past players, both deeps right here, running past players. We still have some mixed jerseys right here, and we just need to keep an eye on what's going on, because now we have one player, following another player from the other team, and it cuts off for anything really happen before you see anything. But you can kind of start to see things are starting to escalate here. Something might be starting to happen. And our deeps are already past the play. They're already looking down here, and we're not paying attention to what's possibly going on right here. You start to see this official finally catches it. This official's already gone down. So we need to make sure we're staying back until, all colors are separated. Players are going toward their sideline or going back here toward the next play. And just prevent anything from going on, or if something does go on, we know what happened, we know the players involved, or if there's anything else we need to do. So remember, just stay back, especially in reverse mechanics, that's the deeps, you stay back until, there's mixed colors, especially like after the play. Something short like this, where we've already had the touchdown scored, we just need to make sure these colors stay unmixed, or at least stay back until they unmix. Alright, we're going to look at the action at the top of the screen here. This receiver and DB. Something going on up here. You can see a hold. It turns into a DPI. So what we're going to look at here is how and when this turns into a DPI. Now remember, when all the contact and everything happens while the ball is still in the quarterback's hand, at that point it is just a hold. If the ball goes in the air, and even if that contact started before the ball goes in the air, so it starts as a hold. Because that's you got the contact, the ball's still in the quarterback's hand right there. Ball in hand, here's the contact. He's holding, he's restricting him. Now the ball goes in the air and that contact is still going on. As you can see, the jersey's stretched out like that. It's impeding his progress. He can very well, he wasn't sure to pass by too much. So this obviously impacted the play. But since the contact was still going on while the ball was in the air, even though it started before it went in the air, now you have defensive pass interference. So holding that continues while the ball is in the air becomes DPI. Now if he held them, then let go, before the ball went in the air, but it still impeded his progress and everything, then you would just have holding. But in this scenario, since it continued while the ball was in the air, now I have DPI. Again, this is going to be some after play action. Again, and especially again after a touchdown. So we're going to watch these two players here. Play scored, whistles are sounded probably, and now we have, you know, a little extra, just a little extra. But something like this, you know, especially out here in kind of the open where everyone can see it. And you can see the two officials, both the umpire and the referee, especially the referee, he's coming in. I mean, you can see him telling the official, or telling the players to let up, and then the other player just wants to give a little extra shove in. That extra shove, you gotta flag it, especially as you can see, this is early in the game, first quarter. We gotta get this early, so we cut it out. And again, right here in front of everyone, if you don't get this, it kind of, you know, it lessens, I don't want to say your integrity, but your standing with the coaches and the players lessens that. So now, you know, any kind of close play after this, they're not going to trust you because you let this go. And then this is also just kind of a warning to the players. You're not going to tolerate this. So it's a good penalty here. This is the offensive team, and it's after the play, so obviously score still stands. It does not affect that at all. But it is a good job, good preventive officiating. Go ahead and knocking this kind of stuff out. And plus, you know, anytime you just have that little extra action, especially after you've already told the players to stop, then it warrants the flag. Alright, this is going to be more defenseless receiver fun. And again, just like we talked about last week, it's all on the defender. The defender, he is responsible for the hit and the action that he takes on these receivers. So again, I know this is just a matter of timing, just like the one last week, but the defender, he has to adjust his. And honestly, all he's got to do here in this situation is wrap this receiver up. If he wraps this receiver up right here, then we don't have a foul. We really don't. But since he chose not to wrap up, he wanted to lower his shoulder and deliver a hit that way. Now we have a flag. And again, all he has to do in this situation is wrap up or open hands. Remember that's part of it too. But he didn't. He lowered his shoulder. He wanted to punish. No, now instead he gets punished. So again, all you got to do is wrap up. That's easy fix here. Wraps up. We have no penalty. Alright. Intentional grounding. The important thing to get from this play is once the quarterback leaves the pocket or the tackle box, whatever we're calling it, then it is now at that point gone. Even if he runs back into it like he did in this situation, it doesn't matter. Once he is left, then it's all over. So he's now out of the pocket, tackle box, or we're going to call it. So at this point, there is no more tackle box. It doesn't matter that he has now run back into it and then thrown the ball away. And the ball, as you can see, it goes past the line of scrimmage, so we're good there. Past line of scrimmage in the air. The fact that he went back into what was the tackle box, again, doesn't matter. Once he leaves it, there is no more tackle box as far as intentional grounding is concerned. Alright, last couple of plays. I want to look at horse collar. Now, I remember a couple of years ago, they changed the horse collar. It's not just grabbing inside the collar anymore. If you grab the nameplate of the jersey, or even a little bit in that area at all, then that is a horse collar. As you can see here, when we slow it down, he's going to grab this player in that nameplate area by the jersey and then sling him down by the jersey. This is textbook horse collar tackle. Should have been flagged. As you can see, the coach is not happy about it. Rightly so. But remember, we did change that a year or two ago, maybe even longer than that. But now, it was brought into the nameplate area of the jersey, which that would qualify as the nameplate area. Then another play as well in the same game. And it's going to be the same thing. Nameplate jersey brings him down. And even though you don't have that buckle of the knees like we see in some instances, it is still illegal. He grabs him by the nameplate area, pulls him down to the ground. It meets all the qualifications of a horse collar tackle. I know it's not that one that it kind of goes back to the defenseless play receiver, that kind of same mindset. Is this the harsh horse collar tackle we're trying to eliminate from the game? No, not really. But we have to flag this horse collar tackle in order to eliminate the other, the more dangerous kind. Just like the defenseless receiver, we have to eliminate some of the lesser hits on the defenseless receiver to knock out the harder ones. It's just how it is. So if it meets the qualifications, we have to eliminate it. We have to flag it. And this meets all the qualifications of a horse collar tackle. Alright, that's it for this week. We're getting close to the halfway point. Just a couple more weeks and we're halfway done. Region play is ramping up in a lot of areas in the state. So these games, they mattered before. Now they're really going to start mattering. So make sure you stay focused out there and you're staying safe as well. Thank you.